you guys are. I mean, boy, what a great market you guys have in Providence, Rhode Island. The forecasted appreciation in your market over the next year is up roughly 10%, roughly 30% in the next 5 years. Goodness, that's a tremendous amount of wealth that could be created by purchasing homes today in that marketplace.
Barry, I'm going to be looking forward to talking to you in about 5 years because I just bought my house, and and it's good to hear you say that. It makes me feel much more comfortable about making that decision.
Yeah. A lot of people in your position as well who, when we buy a home, it's something we question in the back of our minds, because 10 years ago we did have some problems in the housing market, and people are worried, is that going to happen again? Is there another housing bubble? What if there's a recession? I mean, these are all good questions, but believe it or not, housing has done well during recessions. It's something that people confuse. The housing bubble came before the last recession, led us into the recession, wasn't vice versa. And if you just look at the basics of supply and demand, there is very little housing supply today, but the demand is really, really strong. So that's the opposite of a bubble. And if you take a look at just the future, it's just to kind of give you just guys something really quick, just food for thought here. The median age of a first-time home buyer, according to Zillow, is 33 years old. So if we want to find out where 33-year-olds are today, we got to go back to 1984. And what we notice is when we look at 1984, the birth rates there, what's really interesting is that the birth rates for 1985, 6, 7, 8, 9, for the next 8 years, all increase. It looks just like a staircase. So we see that the problem that occurs with people who think that there's a housing bubble is that they have a difficult time looking at those demographics and seeing that there's going to be an increase in demand dramatically over the next 8 years. Those people are either going to have to buy or rent. They're going to need some place to live. So we think housing remains really strong into the future.
Yeah, I did actually see that as well. And I'm actually 33, and I bought my first home 2 years ago, so I fall kind of close to that.
Absolutely,
to that. But since then, I purchased 2 others. And we're seeing a lot of millennials actually pretty savvy as far as their investments, which is pretty cool because they've gone through the recession. But Barry, I agree with you. I think a lot of people that are talking about a bubble and whatnot just aren't educated in exactly what's happening out there.
Yeah, there's not enough houses.
There's not.
There's people. I got all my buyers going looking at waiting for that email to pop up for their dream home, and then they come to find out there's multiple offers on that same house that they just saw. It haven't even been on the market for more than 48 hours. We just sold one now in Woonsocket. It wasn't on the market for 24 hours. We had 15 groups of people outside of our house waiting for their open house on Sunday. So
you hit the nail on the head. There's multiple offers if homes are priced reasonably and properly. There's a lot of activity on them, and in fact, it's an interesting way to consider selling your home. Some people put their home on the market and say, "Oh, I want to put it up for the highest price I can get." Well, why don't you think about this? Intentionally price it below market value, and then what do you get? You get multiple offers. You get a bidding war. You will more than likely get a price that's above what you would have wanted to get, and then you don't have to sacrifice terms because people in a bidding war aren't going to fight over terms.